Hello guys, welcome back to Entre Nos. I'm Evelin and my co-host is
Alondra.
And today we wanted to talk about a few things, but I forgot to tell you. So we changed the time to 6 p.m. It's so much easier.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot to tell you.
It's easier for you guys.
For Roland. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So when he was telling me, he's like, I was like, oh, it's going to be a morning podcast. But we do record in the morning. And that's why in the few episodes, we kept telling y'all good morning when it was good afternoon already. But yeah, they're going to be dropping at 6 p.m. Wednesdays. And I love that it's been consistent. Mm-hmm. But right now, I do like that we're not too far ahead anymore.
Yeah, because we were super ahead.
Yeah. But it's good, though, porque it did give us breaks anyways, you know. But now I know that we have to, like, record one, you know. And, pero sí me gusta because I do think that our podcast, I want to talk about, like, stuff that is more happening that are more recent that we can't give our opinion on, you know.
Right.
So today I don't have a coffee mug, but I do have my cup that my comadre Priscilla got me when she asked me to be Penelope's madrina. So it has all the logos. It has Studio 1017, this and much more.
It has Entre Nos
the
logo.
AI Más, and then the Entre Nos logos. It's so cute, dude. I like when
your favorite color también.
I know, like for real, like I love it. I'm super excited whenever they have you. Are you madrina of anybody? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Isn't it so nice that people ask you?
I know.
Like when she came with my cousin Francisco to come ask us, they're really, the baby's only like, she's about to be 4 months. I think she's about to be 4 months. And she's only 4 months and I already see how amazing of parents they are, you know? That you can tell right away, like, all right.
It's going to be a really good bond in between the family con ustedes.
Yeah. And then, but to me, it's like, I love seeing parents that
be good parents.
Be good parents, yeah. And seeing them be like that, knowing that me and my cousin used to be really close when we were little, you know? I was like, and now seeing him become a dad, and I'm just like, oh my God, like, I love it. And then he's Milo's padrino, you know, but she's not. It's Roland's cousin. And él es padrino de Milo, and so when they asked me and Roland, I was like, wait, what? Y'all are wanting us, you know? But they were saying, too, that they like how we parent. And that's so what they would want, you know?
So my sister, too. Hopefully by when this episode is out, my sister already asked my fiance to be padrino de ella and me. Like, she wants us to be padrinos de su confirmation. My older sister.
The older sister?
Yeah, she hasn't done her confirmation, so she's doing her... Well, I think she's done doing the confirmation.
Well, this one's dropping next Wednesday.
Yeah.
You don't want to spoil it for your...
No, she better have already... she better have already asked them because, girl, it's taken so long.
No, but now she's going to have to.
No, she asked me, do you want to be my madrina de confirmation with Kike? And I'm like, you couldn't have done it a cute way? Like, where's my gift?
You couldn't have given me, like, a coffee mug? With my name and a letter saying, will you be my madrina?
So sweet, right? But I was like, bro, you're lame. Like, do it in the cute way. She's like, oh, yeah, I should have done that, huh?
Dude, I want to show you the frame that they got us. So she gave us, it was so cute because they showed up and I was trying on a dress that she had just let me borrow for quinceañera, you know? So yo estaba en el vestido de la quinceañera on Sunday because I was cleaning my house. And she's like, hey, we wanted to go over, or do y'all want to go eat? But I didn't know it was for that, you know? And then I'm just like, no, not today.
No tengo hambre.
I'm like, not today, I'm cleaning, you know? And I was trying on that dress. I remember it was so funny. And she showed up and I'm like, do not take a picture of me in this dress. Let me go change. Toda fodonga, like, you know. But we never posted the pictures because, again, I'm not one to be posting pictures like that anyways, you know. I did post what she gave me, but not like of me and the baby or whatever. But it was so cute porque even though she might be like, oh my God, but I swear to you that I know that my niece, Penelope, like, I know she probably, like, recognizes me. I feel it, like, in my heart because every time, like, hola, bebe, like, I feel like she smiles, you know. Maybe she smiles with everybody, right? But I want to say like, we have that connection, you know.
I don't know.
Yeah. But whenever we came, she was all super happy, and then she got, like, emotional. La bebé.
Really?
It was so funny because it was just like, hizo la carita como que quería llorar. I was just like, oh man, she's emotional. I'm emotional too. Like, but Yeah, honestly, it's an honor to, when somebody does ask you, especially when you know that they're asking you because for the right reasons.
They see something good in you.
Yeah, and not just
Whatever
because
it is, they see something good.
You're you. You know what I mean? Like
not because there's nobody else to ask.
Not because it's like they think you're a cool person, but really they're going behind the type of parenting and what the guidance that they're looking for their kid. Because that's what I looked for with Milo. Like, I wish it would have been like a couple, but I didn't stress it too much like that.
Right. So that's what I'm thinking about with my sister. I'm like, you're a grown woman. Like, what guidance do you need from me?
Yeah.
For being my fiance, But I feel like my older sister, I feel like she might be like, because I'm taking it serious, like, yo voy a ser tu madrina de confirmación, órale, vámonos a confesar, vámonos, like.
That's why.
Yeah,
that's,
like,
that's the
maybe
guidance
that's what she needs. Yeah, that's what she's
the
like.
Guidance she
maybe
needs.
that's what she's like, I'm choosing you guys porque we're on top of what it is of wanting to be right with the Lord,
Yeah, and I think that's what it is. Porque my friend Yvonne asked me to be her madrina.
De confirmación.
De confirmación. And I was like, I was so thrown off. I'm like, why are you asking me? Like, you don't have tias? Or like... But obviously I said yes. I was like, yeah, I'll be your madrina. And I remember, like, it was just, I mean, sometimes I'll joke and I'm like, you need to call me madrina, like, because I'm your technically, but I don't guide her in any way. I feel like I was just there to be there for her, but yeah, I feel like it's cool, like, because with Milo, like, my cousin isn't all about church. Francisco, he's not. I'm not gonna lie, right? But I just know that me growing up with him, and I feel like he's like a brother to me, I feel like I know that if anything happened to me or Roland, I know that Roland's parents are going to step in.
Right.
That's my plan. Hopefully it never happens, right? And it's not a plan that ever has to be put in place. But I also know that he would be somebody to step in and help. I mean, they watch him when we do the podcast sometimes, They're the people that I trust.
Yeah.
And then with the madrina Giselle, she's ella también. Ella sí era more about like church, But we both picked like the cousins that we were like close with.
That's good.
So
that's beautiful.
But if I do have a daughter, I want a couple. Because I want her to see that, But if I have
marriage,
yeah. But if I have a boy, I'm okay not having like a couple. You know what I mean? Yeah. But if it's a girl, I do want like a couple that could show her that as a lady, like so she can be like, oh well, my mom has somebody that treats her good. I want my madrina does too. I want that, like that. More role models to provide to her. Not that
so your parenting is so good, right? Thanks. Like, you consider yourself a very good parent.
I do.
To the point that you have been wanting to do what?
Homeschooling. Yeah, honestly, so some stuff, like, it's just, I work at the school and I see a lot of stuff. And that's why they say sometimes, no te metas a la escuela porque then you're really not going to like it, or you could like it. And, not like obviously there's just little things that I don't agree with and things that I agree with, like any parent. But I was thinking, like, why not homeschool? Like, I told my cousin Erica, I'm like, I was texting her, she's like, I wouldn't do it. She told me, right? And then I'm like, if you think about it, who is the person that can teach your kid the best
and what they actually need to learn?
Yeah, I'm like, we are. Yeah. I'm like, as a parent, we're the one teaching them like ethics. We're teaching them stuff. So why not teach them the information that they need, So I don't know if you saw when you walked in that the desk mío ya no está like by the wall. It's like in the middle.
No lo vi.
And porque I moved the couch. The black one's over here now. And then my desk está allá. Y el board está aquí. And Milo's desk is going to be there.
Okay.
So he's going to be with me working.
Yeah.
But technically he's going to be doing school, And I've looked it up and...
So you just basically want him to finish this year?
Yeah, but okay, so the thing is, I already have him set next year, right? Like, yo le iba a mover a una dual language school. No la van a abrir. Por cualquier razón, no la van a abrir, right? And I was already stressing that the teacher, right? So then his pre-K3 teacher is moving to kinder. So I'm super happy about that porque si lo voy a dejar en la escuela en kinder, va a ser con una buena maestra. Porque that I'm already comfortable with. And I know that she'll take care of him, right. Porque le tienen cariño, like, and it's just, I see it, I know it, you can tell it's genuine, Es la que se vistió con las botas con él.
¿O la negrita?
Ah?
La negrita.
No, se llama Miss Roque. She was wearing, Milo didn't take boots on Western Day because he didn't have any. So that weekend we bought him some.
Right.
Ella, the teacher the
She
last
dressed
year,
up with him.
she dressed up with him. So he could be dressed up the following Friday. No estuviera solo.
So sweet.
And then his two teachers, like his teachers from this year, se hicieron también con él. You know? So I was just like, the teachers like that are like amazing to me, you know? So knowing that he's going to have the teacher from last year again next year made me feel better. But I also want to do the homeschooling. Like, I want to give it a try. So during the summer, I'm going to go for it like that.
Yeah. Está chiquito. He's not going to be like, why did you do this to me? I have so much friends. And
so
I have
the thing is, there's so many people in Houston that do it. Like, I just joined all these groups on Facebook. Yeah. Yes. And then I'm like talking to this mom from like Pearland, and they get together, they do field trips, they do events for the kids so they can interact with other kids, you know. And doing the homeschooling, a big benefit is that you do teach them things that you know that are the basics that are necessary, but you also have to teach them how to be like a good citizen,
right? Like
a good person, you know, have good ethics. But sometimes in school they don't know that. Yesterday I went to the field trip and a little boy le enseñó a Milo decir sucker while I was sitting right next to him. The little boy, they said, there you go, sucker. And then Milo's like, yeah, sucker. And I'm like, no, y'all don't say that. Yeah. Both of y'all do not say that. Like, that's a bad word, you know. And then they just looked at me like, oh, okay. 5 minutes later, otro, ew, that's a booty. And I'm just like, oh my God. Like, what the heck? But I mean, obviously, obviously, these are like 4 or 5 year olds, you know, like just talking.
Right.
So imagine like, whatnot, like it's just a lot of stuff. But Roland did say like, if you want to homeschool, you need to like I need to show him exactly what I want to do before we take that big step, you know. But I didn't know that a lot of moms do that. Like they do homeschool.
I have a lot of clients, a lot of mommies. Por eso me traen a sus bebés early in the morning because they're like, oh, we could do this. We're at our pace.
Oh my God, if y'all are her clients and y'all do homeschool, please comment or reach out to me on Instagram because I'm definitely wanting more information. Obviously, I'm doing my own research, you know, but having moms like...
And it's crazy because she's a pilot and she homeschools.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's a whole pilot and she homeschools. She's pregnant.
Oh, wow.
I'm just like, girl.
I was thinking about that. I was like, man, if I get pregnant, am I going to still want to go through with it? But I'm like, yeah, why not? Like, you know?
Yes. And then también, like, I have another family. She has 4 children. Well, now it's probably 5 kids. Yeah, because there's a new little newborn. And so she has 5 kids and she homeschools.
Wow. I don't know, man. I do think that next year I'm going to still leave him at the school, you know, for kinder. And just because I'm comfortable knowing that the teacher that is there, I'm happy with. Yeah. Okay. But for sure for first grade, I don't know. Like, you know, like I have a whole year, I feel like, to really look into it. Like with the speech therapy.
Do you think if you ask Milo, he would be able to say something? Like if you asked him, like, Papi, do you want to stay here with me and you can learn here?
Yeah, I think he would.
He would be able to say either nah or yeah.
I think he would, porque él está pegado a mí, you know. So I feel like I would make it fun. Okay. Like Roland's like, well, what would you do? And I'm like, you just have to be smart and like make it fun, you know, because he's so little, you know. I'm like, obviously, once he's in middle school and in high school, it's different. You can only do so much, you know. But him being little, I'm like, summer, like it's the summer, right? Like, and I think water balloons.
You would have to take a test.
Really?
Yeah, I think even the system has to test you to see if you know the stuff. Yeah. And you can teach it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still not like...
Something like that.
I did look into what the curriculums are, you know, but it just goes based off which one you pick, I think. Again, I barely started doing all this research this week,
I'm
you know.
I'm excited for you.
And I'm excited for the summer because I feel like... I hate waiting. Like today he was so tired. He went to aquarium yesterday and you could tell que estaba cansado like esta mañana. Se durmió on the way there. He slept on the couch whenever he was done getting ready. You know? Yeah. And I'm just like, damn, if I could like keep him home and homeschool him, he could wake up like at 8 in the morning, eat breakfast, get ready, and get his day started at 9. So I also have
clients who were homeschooled and now they're grown adults, right? Yo les he preguntado, do you feel like you've missed out on anything?
Yeah, what did they say?
And they're like, nah, bro, screw this world. Like it's not a healthy environment to be like, they're like, I'm perfectly a normal citizen, you know, like I didn't miss out on like anything. He's like, if anything, thank God I didn't have to go to school, because they knew people who went to school and were miserable.
So that's another thing too, like the shootings.
Yeah.
Like I saw somebody post, I don't want to give facts, right, because I'm not too sure, but I saw like that there was like 200 and something shootings, and we're for this year.
The only thing is, the majority of people who are homeschooled, they don't go to college. They rather not go to college. They're for what?
But to me, it's fine.
Yeah, they just go to work.
Like to me, it's perfectly fine. Porque like me and Roland have talked about it, and we're like, okay, well, what if he wants to be? Ahorita él quiere un acordeón. Milo, he wants an accordion. Like that's so random.
He's a creative
right?
person también.
And I was like, and Roland's like, if he wants that, like, let's get it for him and let him do it, you know? And so Roland is very big on like supporting anything he wants to do, and I was helping him, guide him, and not make him a quitter, right. You know, like if you want this, you got to work for it, you know? So college to me is not like a thing. Of course, if he tells me, oh mom, I want to become a doctor, like right now he wants to be a policeman because he wants to catch bad guys. And then I'm just like, I'm fine with that, you know? But I know that if closer to that, like in high school, I'd be like, okay, well, you probably do have to attend, you know, or look what you can do, you know? But yeah, homeschooling is something that has been, you know, roaming my mind lately, because I don't know, I had my first anxiety attack on earlier this week, and it was so crazy. Honestly, I don't know. I'm saying it was an anxiety attack because when I looked up anxiety attack and panic attack seemed a lot worse, you know, and actually painful. But my chest was hurting, like, and I felt like pressure. I see.
Where were you?
At the school.
Oh,
at the school.
You were working?
Yeah, I was subbing for kinder, and I saw like, I felt like the teacher was being so mean to one of the students, and I just started feeling like this pressure in my chest, you know, because she wasn't like mistreating him, no, right? Pero sí se me hizo un poquito fuerte ella para un niño de kinder, you know, le gritó que se sentara, right? El niño se sentó, and she accused him of kicking another girl. And the little boy kept crying, saying, I didn't kick the girl, I kicked the pole. But of course, yo no lo conozco. I don't know if he's a little liar or not, you know? But to me, it's like, if my son is telling you that he didn't do it, and you I expect you to believe him, you know? But the little boy was crying, girl, crying. And Roland's like, maybe you just pictured Milo. And I'm like, I did. And I feel like that's why I started feeling like it was so hard for me to breathe. And I was just like literally taking deep breaths, like while I'm watching all these kids play in recess. Because, yeah, like it was not painful, but it was uncomfortable. Like the pressure. And I was just like, I told Roland, I really think I'm having like an anxiety attack right now. And he's like, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm okay. It's just the pressure. It hurts. Like, si duele. Like, because you're just like I felt like if I was super fat and like was having trouble breathing, because you know I run out of breath a lot when I talk. Yeah. Times 100.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Have you ever had an anxiety attack?
I don't know if it's an anxiety attack. Well, when I used to get lashes, right, and I would be laying down, yeah, like I would start feeling like the bed was rocking, like where I was at, or the bed was like sucking me down, and I was like, come down, and I was like, oh, I want to get up so bad, but I would just feel like, and I would be like, calm down, girl. Yeah, that's what down.
It is. It is. Really? Yeah, porque a mí me pasó una vez también.
Like I feel like the whole bed was rocking back and forth. But you know what? Why too though?
I feel like it's, I don't know if, you know, guys, I don't know if y'all know this, but when you get your lashes, you're literally laying down for the minimum of 2 hours.
With your eyes closed.
With your eyes closed, and sometimes you're just awake if you can't fall asleep. You know? And
but sometimes it would happen while me and her are talking. We're going back and forth talking. So I told her, I was like, dude, like, tell me if this is an anxiety attack, right? And I told her, look, this is what I'm feeling. And she's like, well, maybe because you are using all your senses except your vision. So maybe that's why you're having anxiety. Yeah, she's like, because you're able to hear, smell, everything except look. Yes, and that's what's giving you. Yeah,
like give me the chills. Yeah, because it sounds scary to think about it.
And I was like, okay, that makes sense.
Lo que hacen ustedes por la belleza, porque yo ya no lo hago.
Dude, I don't do it anymore either.
Oh, you don't? So you just wear strips now?
Yeah, I wear strips now.
Like every day you put them on,
or I just put them on like, and I wear them out for 2 days. Y me pego las little corners when I wake up in the morning.
Oh, that's interesting. You should try the lash serum that I'm trying. I need to go do the perm, but I guess I get in curled. Once I do the perm, it's good.
Okay.
Because I feel like mine's already like are pretty long. Nomás que they just are super straight, you know. But yes, guys, I can't believe I feel like.
Or I was prescribed marijuana when I was like 18 or something like that. 18, 19 years old. They prescribed me marijuana because my hands and my
were shaky.
They would just move on their own and I couldn't control it. And they told me that was anxiety. And I'm like, what? But I don't feel anything. I just can't control. Like I would put my hands like this and they would just like move on their own.
Yeah, because it's so crazy because we talk about being like strong-minded and me and her consider ourselves being strong-minded people, right? So it's kind of weird for us to say that we've dealt with that or we've had that, because to me it was like I was in shock and I'm like, why am I having feeling like anxious, you know?
The difference is whenever you go and victimize yourself and you're like, now I am... and you diagnose yourself with anxiety.
Yeah. Or you're like, oh, I suffer from it. You know what, though? Yeah. White Dot, her episode, she says, it's not my anxiety. She's like, it's anxiety, but it's not, I'm not
claiming it.
Yeah. I was like, wow, that's deep, you know, because it's true. But you're right, though. Like, I was a little embarrassed to even tell Ronan that I felt like it was anxiety, because I didn't want him to be like, what the heck are you talking about? Like, how are you having that, you know? Right. But I knew he would understand because it had something to do with the kid, you know? And anything to me with kids is just like a whole nother level of feelings, you know? Which brings us to the next topic that we want to talk about. But we're going to go ahead and take a quick break and then we'll come back. And we are back. So the next subject is what happened recently with the Dalai Lama guy. The
reincarnation.
Yeah. So
the reincarnated version of
I looked it up, right? Honestly, that's not my religion, or I don't know if it's not my religion, right? Yeah. I don't know too much of it. So I looked up who is the Dalai Lama, right? And it's basically it's a title given by the Tibetan people to the foremost spiritual leader of the Yellow Hat School. So basically of Buddhism. And this guy, the Dalai Lama right now, is the 14th Dalai Lama for that religion, right? For, I guess, Buddhism. And so what happened was that there's a video going around, and I guess he was meeting this little boy. I sent her the video, guys. And le preguntó al niño to suck le dio un beso to begin with. Le dio el beso, right?
Yes.
El niño, you can tell,
pushed
back.
Yeah.
He put back like, what's going on, you know? And then le dice, le saca la lengua.
Suck my tongue.
I was
like, no.
What?
I was like, that's freaking gross. That's gross.
I was like, no way. Like,
no, and you know what pissed me off more? Everybody else laughing.
Yes.
That pissed me off.
Like, that is not okay. Like, I'm sorry if this is your religion, but that is not okay. Like, you never, like, disrespect or take advantage of a kid's space like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
whatever he thought it was, if anybody else thought,
or
like,
joke around. Who jokes like that? Yeah. Like, you know?
Yeah.
And so I follow Katie Hearn and Hayden, right? It's like the Alani owners.
Okay.
Yeah. And I really like watching Hayden's stories because he's a guy that talks about controversial topics and he gives his mind. So and a lot of the time he talked about that. And a lot of the time I agree with him. Porque he said, why did everybody laugh? And then he says, if it was me telling that to that kid, I would be in jail right now.
Yes.
And I'm like, yeah, because you would be considered a pervert. Like, you know? And he's like, so why is that okay? And then the apology that he gave, because he jokes around like that, then no, maybe you shouldn't be around kids. Because if you're doing that in front of everybody, what are you doing behind doors?
Right.
Right? Like, that's my opinion on that. Like, when I saw it, it upset me so bad. And I sent it to you right away. Because I know, like, you know, we're both Catholics. And there's a lot of people that are like, oh, but priests do this. And they do.
They should suffer consequences for all that. Yeah, and even the Pope, if he was to be doing that.
Okay, so I saw that
he
too.
He needs to be in jail.
Yeah, porque
there needs to be consequences.
At the end of the day, we are all sinners. Yes. You know, we're all humans. We make mistakes. Yes. But man, like, I just hate it when the mistake involves a kid. Yeah. Like, it just like, ugh, that just bothers me to the core. So on Instagram, there's this account I highly recommend you guys to go follow. It's called Child Rescue Coalition. Child Rescue Coalition. I follow this account. I've been following it, and it's basically like an account that is we rescue children from sexual abuse by developing technology for law enforcement free of charge to identify, arrest, and prosecute child predators.
You know, the crazy thing is that little kid doesn't even know what's going on.
Yeah.
That little kid he only knows that his body's not safe. That's why he pulled away. But he doesn't know that is not okay because everybody else around him is not telling him.
And then they're laughing. So he's just like smiling.
Oh, we're joking.
But you're right, though, when you said his body knows it's not okay.
His body, that's all his body knows.
That gave me the chills. Yeah.
But everybody else is making it seem like that's fine. What is he? He goes by Your Highness or Your Holiness? What is?
Yeah, the holiness.
Like he knows that he's in front of Your Holiness, right? And that he has to basically feel honored to be in front of him.
And then it's unfortunate that happened porque if that's your religion and the holiness, the person that's like top tier, the spiritual leader is the one who did it to you as a kid, then it throws you off. Yes. It throws your life off because you're like, wow, this is what I believed and this is what's going on. Like that church. Yeah. Have you seen that? It's like I'm gonna send you the link. It's a church where the main guy he was doing sex trafficking within the church. I mean, there's one on Netflix too, the Sweet Prayers or something like that. I think we've talked about it when you were cutting Milo's hair one time. He basically is the same thing. They marry their children. They have multiple wives, and it's just like based off the religion, like you know. But this page said, this story illustrates a difficult truth. Anyone could be a predator. Sexual predators are not always people far away and removed from our lives. They exist everywhere, which is true. She's like, in our hometowns and our own backyards, everywhere. In our own backyards, they can be people in powerful and trusted positions. They can be our school teachers, religious leaders, sports coaches, which is another thing that I've seen a lot lately. Like a lot of sport coaches have been like sexually abusing their players, you know. There's a movie that's coming out, La Caída. I want to watch it. It's about it's based off a true story de una diver de Mexico.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's on Prime, I think. And it says it could be sports coaches or people down the street. Child sexual abuse does not discriminate. It does not. Yeah. It's important to protect our children from harmful individuals, and it's important to educate ourselves on how to keep kids safe. What's clear is this. Behavior like this is never appropriate when directed toward children, no matter who you are. Yeah. And that's where I stand on that. Like,
dude, porque también las ovejas los lobos se visten de oveja.
Yes, I've heard that too. So, the only good thing I see coming out of this is the awareness that it's bringing to.
Right.
Child abuse has always been a thing. It's always been a thing, you know.
Me pongo a pensar, dude, maybe el viejo ya está tan viejo que no sabe ni lo que está diciendo. You know, because he's like almost 90. So I'm like, are we being a little bit too harsh on him? Because he's just like un viejo que ni siquiera a lo mejor sabe lo que está haciendo porque está tan delusional, ya está tan muy viejo. And I'm like,
and if that's the case, then maybe he shouldn't
be a Your Highness.
Yeah.
Maybe he should be put down on retirement already, right?
Yeah. I think.
Yeah.
I don't think it's an excuse though.
Yeah. And like, I feel like if it came out, the crazy thing to me, like if it came out so natural to him, this is something he's always practiced. This is something that he's always joked around with.
Or thought about.
Yes. It came to him so naturally to kiss this little boy in the mouth and to ask him to do those things to him right into national TV and say, ha ha ha, it's just joking matter. It came out to you so natural to the point that you've already had this behavior in the past. This is how you act with children.
That was like, ugh. No, that was not okay, man. But like I said, to me, the only thing is, it's unfortunate that this happened, but I'm also glad that it didn't go to a more extreme level.
Right.
I'm glad. To me, the only good thing is that awareness. It's unfortunate that it happened, but I'm glad it didn't go to that extreme level. But it's also big enough to bring this awareness to child abuse again. Right. And it sucks that it has to be things like this. Like, it has to be a powerful story. Mm-hmm. And the kid is always in harm's way. Right. That brings awareness again. Why can't the awareness stay forever? Like me, girl, el tío de Roland, let me tell you. They watch the podcast sometimes. Beto, right? We were at the Michoacana, like buying a lot of fresqueria, right? Mm-hmm. And Milo was with me. And then I swear to you, dude, that I had a heart attack porque él viene y me dice, vente, mijo. Como agarrar a Milo. Like, I was like, like, I was like,
it was
no.
Like a stranger.
I thought it was a stranger, dude. I was about to like fucking fight him. Like, I was like, no. And I just pulled Milo back. And then he's like, estoy jugando. Like, estoy jugando. Yeah, he touches my shoulder. And I'm just like, heck no. Oh my God. You almost gave me a heart attack. Like, and his wife was just laughing. And then he's like, I'm so sorry. I know he felt bad, you know. But still, like, you know, I was like, like that feeling. Yeah. At that moment when I seen, like, I just saw the guy's hands. Porque me and Milo had just went down the line and Roland se quedó waiting for his stuff over there. So Roland ni en cuenta.
That's so scary.
And then, nomás así le dice, yo vi a man's hands y le dijo, vente, mijo. And that's all I heard. And I was just like, no. Like, I put my hand in front of Milo and I just moved him towards me.
I saw a kid get kidnapped.
Really?
Yeah. Very important. Yo estaba chiquita. I was just walking to the store. Y miré cómo le quitaron a su mamá su hija. Yeah, it was so sad. And I was so scared. Yo le corrí para la casa. I was probably like 12 years old.
Did you tell your mom?
No, dude, I was scared. Yo con mi mamá nunca. I was almost kidnapped like twice walking from home. Like, me abrieron la puerta and they're like, súbete. Me and my little sister, we chopped. We like, heck no. I was like, run. Yeah, because they literally just opened la puerta era como una van. Oh my God. Like una white van. Like those scary, what you see in the movies. Yeah. They literally just parked in a driveway, opened the door and they're like, súbanse. And we were just like, heck no. And they're like, hey, súbete. They started yelling. And we're like, run. And dude, perros started chasing us. I was terrified of dogs when I was little. So we were just like running through people's like backyards y no encontraba mi little sister. I was like, where's my little sister? I was panicking till I found her. Yeah.
Thank God that y'all are okay.
Yes. También like me skipping school. The guy that I was skipping with, he sent me to get kidnapped. Yeah. And me puse las pilas and I was like, today ain't the day. So and I got off of the car, pero ya me estaban metiendo en un garage. They were putting me they were about to drive me into the garage when I opened the door and I got off the garage. They're like, hey, where are you going? And he's my homeboy, right? And I'm like, nah, bro. This is like, I don't feel comfortable. So I walked out and thank God que la calle, you know, porque it was right here on la street de Chavez, like that.
On Howard?
Where it's just un carril going y un carril coming. So it's like, there was no way for him to like do a U-turn.
So like us, yeah.
Yeah, so there was
by Chavez.
The main street donde están muchas businesses.
Okay, está Chavez aquí. Ajá. Y luego está la calle.
Donde
estaba Fudarama.
Hacen los readings, the card readings.
Oh, en esta calle?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So there was only he could only come forward.
Yeah, porque están 2 lanes going that way and 2 lanes y luego está lo del medio. So tú te cruzaste para el otro lado.
Yes.
Wait. One of the houses on that street. Yes. Dude, did you see how it happened in the news not that long ago? Mm-mm. Yeah, there was a lot of people held captive in one of those houses. I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. Yeah.
That's crazy.
It came out on the news in one of the houses. Like,
yeah. Well, probably I was about to get kidnapped on that house. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I'm going to send you remind me. I need to send you the link of that house. And then, what else did I say I was going to send you?
De los niños.
¿De cuáles?
I think you were telling me about the little kids, the page.
Oh, yeah. I'll send you the page, too. I'll send you the page right now, actually, before I forget.
But yeah, and I was like, there's been a couple times in me witnessing an actual kidnap.
Yes. Dude, that's wild. Yeah. That's so, like... Mm-mm.
A mí me han pasado muchas cosas, dude. I've seen people get ran over. Yeah. They've been spying on me. Yeah.
No, that's...
The devil out here trying to get me.
That is so scary. I can't believe, like, the whole...
Pero yo vivo también con mucho, like, I can't, like, when I get out of my house, porque salgo a oscuras. I'm out of my house by, like, 5:45 a.m. por ahí. And I'm looking around, making sure nobody's
You're
looking.
very self-aware.
Yes.
Okay, self-awareness is a big thing, too,
I'm
girls.
Always
like,
looking, like, and
always look.
Yeah, I'm always like, Toby, come here. Because I know if he hears or...
Your dog?
Yeah. He gets it real quick. So I'm just like, come here, Toby. Like, have my back, boy, you know?
No, honestly.
Porque está oscuro. And I feel like, in a way, I don't know why, because I was spied on. I'm like, they know what time I get out of my house.
Like, you were stalked?
Yeah, I was stalked. Yeah. So that's why I'm like, somebody out here knows the time I leave my house, the time I come back, the time I shower. Because
do you use the same route to go home, or now you go differently?
No, the same one.
You need to change that, girl.
I know.
I used to do that too.
So I stopped having my routine for years. And then I went back to it, but todavía con el fear of like that person's out there or something. Porque he never.
So how did you find out?
I was about to get in the shower when I saw my stalker looking at me.
In the shower?
Not in the shower. I was already naked when I heard loud noises afuera in the window. So tenemos una persiana, no una cortina, nada más la pura persiana, right? So I opened one blind to see what was going on. Why was it so loud? It was like 11 at night. So I opened one blind and my eyes connected to his eyes, and I just heard running through the leaves porque it was
So your house doesn't have like a fence, como la así?
It didn't have one. Now it does. After that happened, and we got a dog y todo. Yeah, we got a dog, we got a fence. But yeah, and then me puse una toalla. I woke up my dad and I was like, Dad, somebody's outside. Right? I explained to him that what happened, and he went outside, and yeah, there was like mud stains in the back in the back like fence que brincaron.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, bro, what? So in my older sister's room, there was mud prints in su window de ella, in my window, my room, and it was so crazy porque
como estaba checando cuál era el cuarto.
I guess. And months before all this, I would hear this in my window like this, like somebody throwing pebbles, and I'm like, what is that? Why does it hear like I hear all night que somebody's throwing just pebbles? And then I started saying like, no, this had been happening. But I would be like,
a lot of things that you didn't think started connecting to that. Oh my God. Mm-hmm. What if it was Kike?
No, I didn't know him yet. I didn't know him
just kidding.
Yet. Yeah.
Damn, that's
so I stopped
scary.
doing my routine. I stopped waking up so early.
I think a mí nomás me ha pasado 2 times. No stalker. No stalker, thank God. Because I feel like I don't think God has put me through that porque he probably knows I wouldn't be able to like overcome the fear, right? And but so I'm thankful to God that that's never happened to me. But I have been followed twice. One at Walmart when I cashed my check. You know, you had to. So this was one of my first jobs. I had to. Not my first jobs. I'm lying. I used to work at the insurance place right in front of the Walmart. So I would go there and cash out my check. Why the hell wouldn't I go to the bank? I don't know, girl. But I would go cash it there. Siempre. I would go. I don't know why. Now that I think about it, I'm just like, wow. Again, but it's like things like that I never had guidance for, you know? So I would go there. Oh, because the girl that worked with me told me she would go there. So I was like, oh, I guess I could just go there, you know? And I went and I saw the guy in the line. We made eye contact, whatever. I didn't pay too much mind. I cashed my check, and tell me why I see that guy waiting, right? And I was like, oh, hell nah. So I started walking. Yeah. I started walking, and he was following me.
Yeah.
And this was when I had my Kia. And and I called my mom crying. I'm like,
I'm being followed.
Me están siguiendo. I'm like, I just cashed my check. Me están siguiendo. Like, you know. And then she's like, métete el carro y just turn it on, like, you know. And I'm like, I am, but the thing, el volante está locked, and I didn't know how to, like, you have to keep moving it so it can unlock, and I'm just like, el volante, yeah. And then I was like, I'm freaking out, and then I I remember that the guy no vio en qué carro me metí, pero he was walking and he was peeking. Looking. So I remember que nomás hice el asiento all the way back y me acosté. Like, I was just like, and I was on the phone with my mom and I was just like, I'm so scared, you know? And then she's like, cálmate, like, just cálmate y trata de moverle el volante, muévele. She was the one telling me, like, you have to move it. So then, ya, lo vi que pasó, I moved it, and then I'm like leaving, right? Y luego me lo topo, bro.
Oh my God.
Yes, it was at the Walmart right there on Southmore. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? The Walmart on Southmore? Okay, because my mom lives like close by. And I used to live with my mom. So when I tell you that I was like, this guy was turning this way and I was going that way. And obviously, pues, en Walmart, pues, hay muchos carros. So no es como que él podía darse la vuelta así irme right away. Bro, when I tell you que yo me fui tan rápido de ahí, like, I was so scared that he was going to follow me home. Pero yo estaba, like, aware. Like, you know, I remember I called Rollie and he's like, are you okay? Do you need me to go? And I'm like, no, I'm okay. Like, I was like, I just might, because I had called him, right? And then I had told my mom, too. My mom's like, what did my mom say? Like, she's like, no te vayas para la casa porque nadie está ahí. She's like, go get some food. Like, go to McDonald's or something. You know what I mean? Like,
go where there's people. Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, go over there, yo a la casa, whatever. And then I remember, like, yeah, later, I mean, I obviously, thank God nothing happened, right?
That's so scary, dude.
The second time, I was going to my tia Chana's house, one of my tias. We were going, I don't know what it was for. I get into the neighborhood, and this car starts following me. And you know how they say you have to make 2 lefts or 2 rights or something, so like that, you know, if they're following you.
You've never confronted your followers? Yo sí, I've confronted a couple, and I'm like, stop following me, bro. Like, me ha dicho, like, oh, I thought you were my friend. I'm like, bro, you're freaking weird. Like, I'm not your friend.
Hell no, I'm too scared to do that.
I've confronted. También, like, cuando se me quedan mirando los viejos, I'm like, ¿qué? Like, do not look at me. Like, what? What do you, don't look at me.
No, that one second time, I did call I feel like I react quickly though, you know, because I called my tío, Francisco, that he lives in that house, that one I was going to. I was like, tío, they're following me. Should I go to your house? He's like, vente para acá, like, just come here, you know. And he was waiting for me outside, dude. And then when I tell you that the car still followed me there, my tío was outside y les hizo así, like,
¿qué pasó?
You know? And then the car just took off. And I told my tío, I'm scared because, like, they probably think I live here, you know? And my tío's like, no va a pasar nada. But thank God nothing ever happened, you know? But still, you know? That was scary porque they were following me in the neighborhood, you know? And I'm just like, what the heck, you know? But yeah, I remember, I felt safe once I got there because I remember my tío was like, ¿qué pasó? Like, les levantó la mano, right? And then they just didn't even, I knew it was 2 guys, you know.
Yo los he perdido, dude. I'm like, nah, we're all right. We're gonna drive.
That's what I did with the guy from Walmart, but not with these, because my tío, normally I feel like I probably would have not gone there, but when I called him and he said, vente para acá,
dude,
I was like,
okay. It's so scary to be a girl, isn't it?
Yes.
My fiance has told me, he's like, I'm so sorry, like, it sucks for you. I mean, me siguió una scary creature, like a creature. I'm not even telling you it's a person, it was a creature. Yeah.
What?
A scary freaking creature, dude. I'm like, you're a crackhead or something. Like, feo como movies, dude. Like a creature from a movie.
Where?
And then my sister was like, maybe they were trying to play a prank. Play a prank on you. I'm like, well, nah, dude. Parecía como like una cosa bien fea. And I was gonna go, like, because I love praying in the beach, right? So era una noche that I'm like, I'm gonna go pray in the beach and it's gonna be a beautiful moment with me and God, right? Y era de noche. And I had just gotten out of work, right? And I was like, I'm gonna go over there. Pues en la luz me vengo topando con la creature. And I'm just like, I look, porque he started banging on his window. That's why I'm like, nah, that was a creature.
On his
window.
Like, he was driving?
Yes. And he started just banging on his window. Pero I was on the side of him. And I looked and I was like, what the heck? Feo, dude. Como movie feo. Like, un hombre vestido de mujer con un vestido, dude.
What if it was like
what the heck?
Like a trance or something?
No, dude, es que la cara la tenía como, I don't know, a creature. I'm like, dude, what the heck? And I started making phone calls to my fiance. I was like, dude, what the heck is this? They're following me. It's not a person, though. It's a creature. And I remember the Jeep. Me acuerdo todo bien. I'm like, bro, if I see, porque he wouldn't stop following me. No, hombre. I was crying con él. I was like, nah, I don't want to confront him. I'm scared.
Yes. That's too funny. I mean, that's not funny, but now that you can say the story, it's obviously like funny, right? Heck no, man. Like,
it's scary to be a girl.
It is scary to be a girl.
No, y'all have to be more aware of your surroundings.
Yeah, be self-aware. Honestly, I feel like I learned that a lot with Roland. Porque él siempre está, like, checando. Él siempre está checando. Like, él a veces se enoja conmigo because we won't get into an argument, right? Because why should I, right? Like, if he's being protective of me. Like, a veces, like, I'll be like, oh, I want to go to the store.
It's too late. Ya está oscuro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the gym in the morning, dude, like, ahorita que he ido sola, like, I haven't gymmed at 5. One, porque sí me da miedo. And two, because he won't motivate me to go in the morning. Because he's like,
dormido otro ratito.
Yeah, because he's like, I don't want to tell you to go. I want you to go, yes. Yeah. Pero me da miedo que vayas a esa hora, especially porque yo estoy dormido, you know? And I'm just like, he's like, so when you tell me to motivate you, like, no.
Siento que no. Yeah.
Siento que, like, que no le sale, you know? Yeah. Pero he'll tell me, yeah, go, whatever, you know, just be careful. A veces sí he ido sola. But I know that he's very, like, aware of it, like, you know. Pero él sí me ha enseñado a mí to be self-aware. Yeah. Porque sí es cierto, man. Like,
and it's like,
aquí me pasó en el parque.
Really?
Girl, and I had Milo, and I called Roland because I was freaking out. I had him in the jogger stroller, and he was a baby. Era cuando yo me iba como mi hot mom summer, like, I'm gonna get in my body back, whatever. Y me iba a correr con my jogger. I'm saying it's a jogger stroller because I specifically looked for one, and it was like $200, $300, and my dad bought it for me. Yeah, because I wanted a jogger stroller because I wanted to work out. Ay, todavía la tengo, girl. Me la pasas. And yeah, I remember a guy was like following me. Y yo sí soy de que yo me voy a acercar con el viejito o la viejita porque they're my family.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Óigame, permítame estar aquí con usted porque no me siento segura por allá.
I have done that. I have, porque it's just scary. Like,
I think I've done that también.
Yeah,
I've done it, and I've actually had a person. I'm like, hey, you don't feel safe walking outside by yourself? Come, let's go. We're gonna do it together. We're gonna walk out there together. En mi trabajo había una señora like trying to leave the building, pero habían un grupo de hombres afuera, and they don't look like they belong there, right? They were just like with their windows down and smoking, and she was just like, era de noche. It was like 9 p.m. Y nada más hay como like 5 carros in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And I was like, are you okay? She's like, I just don't feel safe walking out there. I'm like, look, there's another lady that she's about to walk out too. So we'll all 3 walk out when she's ready. Yeah, we'll all 3 walk out. And I'm like, your car is the furthest. So I'm going to walk all the way over there with you, so that you don't have to walk all the way over there by yourself, and then I'll just come back to my car. Yeah.
No, yes, girls, we have to have each other's back. And some guys, I'm not saying you can, you know, because some guys have that instinct too.
I'm like, hey, tú tienes que estar mirando las muchachas that you see by themselves.
Yeah, some guys have that instinct to just have the girls back, you know. And I know, like, Roland's like that. Like, you know, I know, like, he'll walk people out. I think he walked you last time, or he just opened the door. And, like, we'll make sure you're, like, good, you know, something like that. Just because it's just one of those things, man. Like, be self-aware, please. Like, you know, practice that, like, you know, just with little things.
Right.
Make sure you're driving and you're just looking to see if the same car is following you, at least for, like, a certain good while, you know. I'm not saying be paranoid at all times, no. But, you know, be self-aware, like, for sure. But with that being said, let's go on a quick break and we'll be back. And we are back. So I had some feedback earlier last week from one of my tias, my tia Sonia, shout out to her, and my tío Sergio. They were watching one of the episodes and she was like, man, you know, it would be good if you guys add like some facts, some statistics regarding to the topic y'all are talking about. And I was like, wow, that's really good. That's some good feedback, you know. I was like, so this one we talked about self-awareness, we've talked about child abuse, you know, sexual abuse, some a little bit of sexual abuse, really, but just abuse overall. And Alondra has some statistics that we wanted to give you guys, just so that we are aware, like, in the world.
Yeah, of what's really going on.
Yeah, what's going on. You know, how we are living. And so what is it that you had?
So 1 in 3 girls are sexually abused before the age of 18. 1 in 5 boys are sexually abused before the age of 18.
Mm-hmm. Man, even with that, it's a difference. Like, obviously, more girls are sexually abused than boys, you know. But the fact that
it's still
boys are still...
Yeah, and it's still, like, a very close number. It's just 1 in 5 and 1 in 3. You know, it's still a very close number.
But I feel like it's still kind of like a little bit. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, no, I guess if you think about it overall, it's like 1/3, you know. But, and then a typical pedophile will commit 117 sexual crimes in a lifetime. Can you believe? Like a normal, not a like aggressive pedophile, but a typical pedophile. 117 crimes. You don't know, like... But that also includes probably like watching like child pornography. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Because
yeah, maybe YouTube, he can bleep that out.
Yeah.
More than 90% of individuals with a development delay or disability will be sexually assaulted at least once in their lifetime.
Wow. Man, it's just so crazy.
More than 90% of individuals with development, como somebody with autism, somebody who can't talk for himself or express themselves.
Mm-hmm. Man, there's this case that happened where it's an old case. It just popped up on my story again. That the girl was, I think she was autistic. Mm-hmm. I could be wrong. So los parents started homeschooling her, and then she developed this thing where it's una enfermedad. It's like some type of syndrome where she's conscious.
Yeah.
And but she's no se puede mover.
Oh, she knows what's going on, but she can't move.
Yeah, what's that? Whenever you can't move.
I don't know.
I was gonna say paranoid, but that's not it. There's a word.
Epilepsia? No,
sé. Pero she had this una enfermedad, right? That basically she was conscious. She could move the nerves of sus eyeballs, pero not her body. And basically, the parents la dejaron a morirse en el couch. Yeah. I was like...
Locked-in syndrome?
Yes. Yeah, that one.
Locked-in syndrome.
Yeah.
So tenía como
she
brain
was
and spinal cord, spinal cord disorder.
Yeah, no se podía mover.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So then basically, like, the parents just let her die.
Wow.
And a lot of the neighbors thought that she had moved out of town because nunca la miraban. Pero era porque she was just there. Cuando la encontraron, like, her body fluids estaban ya como quemando lo del couch. Like, she lived in the couch for like...
So she decomposed?
Yeah.
Allí?
Mm-hmm. On the couch.
Oh,
I know.
what?
But, you know, I don't want to end it like on such terrible notes, you know.
But it is a tragedy.
It is, you know. Like I said, we did talk about like child abuse awareness for sure, guys. Like,
and it starts in the family.
Let's protect our children.
In the family. Like, los niños empiezan they are raised right in the family. Like, a lot of people say, like, well, what can we do about it? Raise your children right.
Yeah.
Be a good person, you know. You start right there with your family.
Yeah. It's just, again, it's just like the whole thing, like, let's protect our children. For sure. Let's do that, you know. Keep an eye out, even if it's not your kid. I always am looking.
Yeah, and I think it's okay to tell children, hey, there's people out there that are bad. Yeah. Like, make them know before they know themselves.
Yeah.
Help
like,
them
you know,
understand.
one rule that we have here, I've told you before, no secrets. Mm-hmm. We don't have secrets. Like,
not even like little
innocent secrets. Yeah. Like, Milo will not hold down a secret, like, at all. He'll tell me.
Good.
Yeah, like, but the whole candy that I told you, that everyone's like, it's our secret.
And he's like, mommy.
He's like, mommy, papi gave me candy. You know, todo, like, trying to be, like, sneaky, you know? And I'm like, thank you for telling me, so you can eat it for telling me, you know, like, así. But, yeah, for sure, no secrets in our household. Like, at least not with him, to teach him that if somebody tells you, oh, let's keep a secret, it's not okay. Like, there's no reason why you should keep anybody's secret
right
as a kid. If you think about it, like, what the hell is a grown up telling a secret to a kid for?
And I feel like también que los papás, they need to do a better job at not like espantarse whenever like a kid les confía una situation, because they're not going to want to come back and tell you the truth of that's my niece. My niece tells me everything, dude. Even if I'm horrified of it, I show her that I'm not horrified. I show her that, wow, that's crazy, right? Like, and what are you gonna do about it? I ask her, what are you, because she's 12, she's about to be a teenager, right? So I don't know if my sister would let me say this. I don't know, maybe, yeah, for educational purposes, right? My little niece was woken, you know, by what a male's part looks like through a webcam. Yeah. And she told me, she came to me and she told me, right? Like, hey, like, because I told her, hey, have you ever done webcam? ¿Cómo se llama that little webcam where you just go with random people?
No
Omegle
sé.
or something like that? Omegle. My clients were telling me that they're kids, and they were telling me, oh yeah, we do Omegle and things like that. I'm like, what the heck's that? But you just chat with random people. So I asked my niece, hey, have you ever heard of Omegle or whatever? And she's like, oh yeah, I have heard of it. I'm like, have you done it? And she's openly said, yeah. And she openly told me what she saw. And it was like a week before, you know.
It had just happened.
It had just happened, yeah. And
you told your sister?
I told her I had to. Dude,
Yeah,
I had
yeah.
to. But I told my sister, don't act like this is the worst thing that you could have ever done. Porque ya no va a
It's not
confiar en
her fault.
nosotros.
Yeah.
En nosotros, yeah. Like, hizo algo por curiosidad. Her little friends were going on webcam. She was curious to go on webcam
I had
too.
no idea that was even a thing.
Yeah. She was curious to like go mess around and laugh with people.
Before you leave, you need to give me that name so we can put that on there. Wow, no, that's scary.
Yeah, it's very scary.
What I saw was on Roblox. I think I shared it on Facebook.
But I also feel like parents
The messenger thing
shouldn't punish their children for being truthful with them. Don't punish your child for telling you the truth and trusting you.
Yeah, but you can only do so much as a parent, honestly. Like, sometimes it's natural as a person, like as a human being, to react a certain way, and that's not how you
can't just like,
maybe it's like, okay, if you did react like that, because it's just something that it's a reaction. That's how it works. That's how we work as humans, you know. Come back and explain to your child why you reacted like that. Maybe like,
because you're so sad, or that like what wasn't supposed
you
to
were
happen
just
to
concerned, you know. And obviously don't guilt trip them, you know, for doing that or something.
Like, I cried a lot as a tia, right? I cried a lot, but I didn't cry in front of her. Yeah, I didn't want her to. I was like, are you serious? Like, what the heck, right? And she's like, yeah. She's like, I covered my eyes. Like, I covered them because I knew, like, what the heck? And she covered her eyes, and then her friends told her, like, you can look, it's gone. Yeah.
Oh my God. I think I need to ask my niece, because she's like, she just turned 11 or 12.
Yeah.
Es del 2012.
Yeah, my niece is de 2012 también.
Oh, entonces she's 12. Yeah, and her birthday was February.
Yeah, she's gonna be 13
this year. This year?
Yeah. Yeah, she's gonna be 13.
Maybe she's 2011 then, because she just turned probably 12. Yeah, she talks to me a lot too, but it's like her problems is cuando me dice cosas de los little boys or los little girls being mean and stuff like that. And I'm always just like, dude, it doesn't matter. Like, forget the girls. Like, and I tell her, I'm like, these aren't gonna be your friends in high school, so you know, maybe they are, maybe they're not, but it looks like they're not, so I wouldn't even stress about it, you know. But kids can be so evil, like, you know. But again, it's just like she said, obviously we have to learn how to manage our reaction when it comes down to our kids.
And my sister even went to the
them.
school. She went to the school. She talked. She's like, do you guys know about this?
Well, that's good. She did.
And my sister told my niece, hey, I'm going to go to your school. I'm not going to say your name, that you're the one who snitched everybody out, that you guys go on this. She only did it twice, but she's like, that you guys have gone on this little website thing and right? She's like, I have to. And my niece was like, yeah, go ahead. You can go to the school and basically, and then my sister did, right? And then the teacher was like, hey, you guys have been on this website, and then everybody was like, how does she know? How does the teacher know? And my niece was just like, my mama, but she didn't say my mama, right? But in her, she's like, well,
you just want to let them know right from wrong, you know,
because she goes to a Catholic school. Yes, my niece is in a Catholic school.
Pa acabarla, like,
dude, yeah.
Wow.
It's everywhere. Bad things are everywhere.
Yeah, no, for sure. You can only protect them so much. Like I told Roland, I'm like, we had an incident with Milo, and I'm just like, I was crying. And I couldn't stop crying. And he's like, it's okay, you know? Yeah. And I'm like, no, I just literally feel defeated,
like... out of control. It's not in my control.
Yeah, but I was crying. We were in the truck, and I was crying. Like, you know, it's hard for me to cry. Yes. You know, but it's just like, when it comes down to Milo, it's just like, he's my world, you know? Mm-hmm. And I was telling
him... No quieres que nada malo le pase. Yes. Nada.
Y luego porque he's so innocent, you know?
And so sweet.
Yeah, he's so sweet. Yeah. Y luego... I was crying. He never saw me crying, but I know he could tell it in my voice, but I never looked back because I didn't want him to see me crying, you know, because he was probably going to be like, what's going on? And Roland's like, it's okay, babe, it's okay. And I'm like, no, I literally feel like my heart is just walking, like, because he's literally my heart and he's just walking, and anything que le pasa is like a stab at my heart and it hurts, you know? Yeah. I'm like, literally, that's how it is. And then he's like, yeah, it's true. He's like, but that's life, like, you know? And I'm just like...
You'll be stabbed a lot of times.
Yeah. I was just like, wow, like... but...
Love hurts.
Love hurts.
Yeah.
Again, I want to end it with protect our kids. Yes. Let's protect our kids. Let's be self-aware, girls. Let's stay safe, you know? Let's watch out for each other, and remember, I mean, it's just...
Yeah. And your children have to trust you.
Yeah. Teach them
how to trust you, that you're trustworthy.
Yeah. Teach them.
Gain their trust.
Gain their trust. Just like you want them to trust you, you have to also trust them, you know. That was a good one. Gain their trust. Yeah. Porque con Milo, like, it's like that, like, the whole don't let nobody touch you here. Yeah. And sometimes I'm like, oh, da, da, da. He's like, no toques. No. And he'll say it jokingly, but he'll tell me, no toques. Yeah. And I'm just like, okay, good job, puppy. Like, you know, and then he's like, I know, mommy. I'm just like, good, you know, like, good, you know. But it's just so much. That's another reason también that I want to do the homeschooling, because it's just like, as much as I want to protect him, I don't want to keep him in a bubble.
Right.
I don't. But it's just like, if I can prevent it, like, I'll try. Yes. You know. But again, it's just, there's so many things that are out of my control in this world, right? So, with that being said, y'all can vote. Kike cannot vote because he's a biased voter over there. And honestly, I was gonna tell you, I want to get us custom Entre Nos mugs so we can just have the same one. Yeah. Because I'm kind of like tired of like bringing.
Because you're probably like, ya no tengo más.
Roland said it's a good idea.
Yeah.
I was like, it would be a good idea once we have like an actual studio and we could leave the mugs every time, like buy new ones, you know. I'm like, but I also like the idea of having the custom one and I don't have to even worry about it. Like, it's there. It's the Entre Nos one. And if we ever want to sell some, we can sell them and people can have them. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Or even like a tumbler like this, just like, you know, something. I like the mugs though. They're cool. Yeah. But yeah. So we hope y'all enjoy. This is episode 5. Yeah, I think this is 5. Give us some feedback, guys. And of course, even if it's good or bad, you know, we'll take it. Not even if it's bad, I don't care. Yeah. But I mean, it's feedback. Yes. We're asking for it, right? And did you have anything else that you wanted to say or not?
No, that's it.
With that being said, don't forget to subscribe, follow us on Instagram, and we hope y'all enjoyed this episode. Peace.
Bye.